Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own magnets at home. This is an example of a finished piece here, and all I did was basically, this is a card game from on your cell phone or on a computer you can play. It's called Hearthstone. So the items that you will need is, first of all, you'll have to order some type of magnet paper, which you can pick up at the hobby stores or order online. I just ordered these on Amazon. They're 4x6, so they're great for if you had photos you wanted to do, you wouldn't even have to cut. And they have an adhesive on the backing, so you would just peel this tape off here, and then you can slap whatever you want on it. You'll notice these are a little thicker. This is 30 millimeter. This is what I recommend if you're going to do a magnet. As you can see here, this is pretty sturdy. It's not very flimsy, like it's not moving at all. This is an example of one that I had ordered off Etsy that somebody had made, and you can see here that it's just like, I think this is a 10 millimeter. It's about the thinnest you can get. It's just really flimsy at all, and on the fridge it starts to kind of peel, curl on itself. You'll see with these that, yeah, it's a lot firmer, more sturdy. Okay. So the other thing you'll need in addition to is going to be a really sharp pair of shears. These are fabric shears, which actually end up working really well, just because the thickness of this is a little difficult to cut. So you want to make sure you have some nice sharp scissors. So I went and printed a few images here that you can see. Again, the cards, and this actually worked out to where two of these will actually be able to fit on one piece here to save some space. And then this is a Twitch logo here that we're going to make into a magnet too. Inkjet printer that we use to just print these, and the images turned out pretty well, I think. So I'm just going to separate the images here. Now it's up to you what order you want to do this in. I prefer to stick them on to the magnet first, so I'm only cutting once. If you wanted to, you could completely cut this image out and then put it on the magnet and then cut again, but to save a step in time, I like to just, get the big pieces cut off around here. And then stick it on and just do the detailed cutting all at once. Okay, so let me just kind of double check, eyeball these here. I think I can fit both of these onto one image, or both of these images onto one piece here, which will save me from having a lot of excess. So yeah, looks like they're gonna fit pretty good. Okay, so we got both of these. And again, this just comes off really easily. You'll just peel it off like that. And this is really, the adhesive on here is really good. This magnet is probably over a year at least, maybe 2 years old, and it's not peeling at all on the corners or anything. It's upheld very well, or held up pretty well. I mean, you can see from that how well it was sticking to my hand. Okay, paper that I print these on is not just regular printer paper, it's a little bit thicker of a cardstock. Just anything you could pick up, whether it's like a resume paper or scrapbooking paper. This just make it a little bit easier when you're cutting and putting on here, so the paper is not flimsy and it doesn't tear your images. And you can see with these shears, it makes it a lot easier to cut through. Okay, so now I got the two separate ones. And it takes usually, depending with this, because it's a little bit more complicated to get around the edges. The first one I did, it took me about 15 minutes just to do one. So I'll go ahead off camera here and cut these out and then show you how they turn out for the end piece. Okay, so you can see I cut out most of the big pieces here. One of the important tools I forgot to mention is, and this is just good for if you have something that's kind of a little hard to reach places, because the scissors can only, you know, they're really big, cut in so much detail. So I cut off all the big spots I could. And the good thing I like about these that I just picked up at like, I think Walgreens or something. So they have the curved end here, as you can see, for doing some corners and edges, and then they also have a straight one on the other side. So I like these because they're good. Can get in here and get some of these areas that are a little bit harder to reach. Show you some examples. All right, so there you have it. That is how they look when they're done. And again, with the 30mm magnet paper, they definitely hold up a lot better, and they're going to stick a lot better, and they're actually going to be able to hold things and be used as a magnet instead of just a decoration. So again, you can make whatever you want, but this was just an example to show you being able to make these Hearthstone cards. So anyway, thanks for joining, and keep an eye out for our next craft video.